Hello, this is Jessica Mckay. I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual teacher at jessicamckay.com. Thank you for watching this video on numerologist.com. This is your July Spirit Guide reading. So, I am using the Healing Angel cards. I've been feeling drawn to angels in the last few days. So go ahead and take a moment to connect with yourself and just ask yourself intuitively which message is most appropriate for you for this month. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay. So if you were drawn to message number 1, the card that comes up is change, and it says, life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last. Because life is always changing, it is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. So, this concept of change and about how it relates to you is that you really are the force of change. You're never the same from day to day. Your energy goes up and down. You might have an inspiration for something, and then a few weeks later that inspiration isn't there in the same way that it was. So you may be feeling sometimes frustrated with the fact that you start to go down a particular path and then it seems like the energy shifts and then you have a desire to go somewhere else. Don't be afraid of that. That's a very natural expression of being human, and it's part of who you are. You are not just some rational, plodding creature that goes from point A to point B in a straight line. You're actually a wild and unpredictable creature at heart. So embrace your wildness, embrace the change that you are. And when you do that, the changes that seem like they're happening outside of you, the changes going on the planet, or the changes going on with other people, you can have compassion for that because you're in touch with your element of change and with the fact that we're all just kind of going on a ride here. This is a ride that has a beginning and an end, and a beginning and an end, and it has lots of different phases. So you're going through changes right now. You may be in a time of transition. You may be feeling like you need to relocate, or getting into a new relationship, or getting out of a relationship, or feeling your energy levels shifting around your relationship. And just know that that's part of the process here, and what's being called for, what you're being invited to step into, is to accept that this is the truth of life here on this planet and of being who you are. It's this endless energy of change. So every moment, everything is transforming. And what strikes me about this is the color of this card. It's yellow. And when I see the color yellow when I'm doing psychic readings, yellow is about the mind and making mental connections. So I feel as though this change is about changing your mind. So you might be going through a change of ideas. You might be suddenly embracing something that you didn't think you could embrace before. So there's a lot of shift happening with your energy, with your mental energy. And then that's connected to your emotional space and your physical space. So this can be empowering. Don't let it be something that you resist or something that you fight. Just let the ride of this life, let it have you. Surrender to it. We have a certain amount of control and then we have no control. It's like we're living in a universe of duality. You have control over certain things, and there are some things that you don't have control over. And one of them is how much things are changing, how much your soul is shifting, what's going on with your inner guidance, your inner compass, the soul agenda that you have. Your soul might be, or your higher self might be saying, this is the time to make a change. And your mind is screaming, no, I'm not ready for that. But that's where your life is heading. So this is a very broad, I feel like I'm giving you a very broad reading here, but what it's important to note about this is that this is just about bringing more acceptance into who you already are, which is wild and unpredictable. And that means that you have permission to stray outside the lines. You have permission to change your mind. You have permission to decide that you're going to do something else or go in another direction. If you started out going in one direction and the energy for that has faded, it's time to change and go where the energy is. Okay, so that is message number 1. And if you were drawn to message number 2, the card that comes up is clarity. And this is another yellow vibration. So it says, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place, a gift from your guardian angel. So this is about taking time, getting outside the mental clutter and the chatter and the to-do lists and the agenda that your mind has. It's about going out and breathing in some fresh air and hitting the reset button, closing your eyes. It reminds me that when I used to work in jobs I hated, one of the things I would do is I would take a bathroom break and I would go stand outside of the building and I would let the sun hit me and I would close my eyes, and in that moment everything would disappear and it would be me and my spirit talking to me. And I feel like that's what this card is inviting you to do, is to go outside and let your spirit speak to you. And the only way it can do that is if you take a moment to hit that reset button and stop the incessant brain chatter. And of course, that's not always easy to do, but you can get 2 seconds of quiet just by intending it. It doesn't have to last more than 2 seconds. Seriously, just 2 seconds is enough. 2 seconds of silence is enough for your spirit to speak to you and to bring you comfort and reassurance and that feeling of rejuvenation. So I feel like that is what your spirit is calling for right now, and you will get clarity out of that. All of a sudden, the fog will clear and things will be really clear for you. So I feel like July for you is about taking many, many moments where you're hitting the reset button and you're closing your eyes and you're just letting the sun hit your face and allowing your spirit to speak to you. And then that's going to give you clarity for how you want to move forward in August and September. So a really nice practice. Let me know how it goes for you. Okay. Now, if you were drawn to message number 3, the card that comes up is positive outcome. And it says, the sun is about to burst through the clouds, and you will soon see things in a different light. Something that previously seemed hopeless will soon be filled with nothing but hope. It's wonderful. It feels like good news. It feels like something that you thought was not doable or not fixable suddenly is okay. This feels like waking up from a bad dream and remembering that you're okay and that nothing bad is happening. And I feel like for whatever reason you need that reminder this month that you are okay and nothing bad is happening in this moment. In this moment, it's just you and me here. You're watching this video and you are okay. You've got air in your lungs to support you. Life is supporting you. All your needs are being taken care of in this moment. So let yourself feel the support of that. And when you can feel the support of that, you feel the support of all the other moments, the outcomes. This is a call to stop worrying about something. I feel as though there is something that you've been carrying with you, a very heavy burden. It could be something that you obsess about or think about a lot. It could be about a relationship or something that just doesn't sit right with you and you're not sure how to handle it. I feel like you can let that go and you can let it take care of itself. And there's an art form to that. There's an art form to letting go and letting things take care of themselves. And it's a form of self-love when you can do that. When you don't take on the responsibility of everything. You can let people make their own mistakes and you can let people be on their path. It's such a wonderful healing for you. You don't have to save or rescue anyone or come up with the cure to a disease. I mean, you are living your life and it's okay. So I just feel like I need to repeat that for you. Everything is okay. And if you've been worrying about something specific that is really scaring you, really frightening you, it's time to let that go and to let your angels have that. Let them take care of it for you. Give it to God, whatever higher power you subscribe to or believe in. Let that worry go. And I just get a sense that when the sun does burst through the clouds for you, it's going to feel like you've woken up from a nightmare. And that nightmare is mental. It's in your head. It's a scary story that you're telling yourself constantly, and it doesn't need to be there. So I fully support you in having freedom from that story. So let me know how this reading impacted you. Feel free to share this. Please leave a comment. And I hope that it served you. I hope that these messages were helpful. See you next time.